Let's talk about responsibility for a second. Responsibility is one of those nice words. It has a lot of good things that can come from it. It's something we talk about a lot. It's probably even something you use with your kids a lot. But let's get down to the real brass tacks of this word. Most kids don't understand what it is. Most kids have never had the true definition explained to them. And most kids have no real idea what it looks like to be responsible. Except we continue to reuse the word, continue to tell them they're not being responsible. And at the same time, if you're honest with yourself, there's probably areas where you're not fully responsible. What do I mean? I'm just talking in riddles? No, I'm not. There's a big point here that I want to bring to. That responsibility is one of those we dress up with a lot of purpose, a lot of focus. We often don't fully align it with our own life. And there is a idea that I often talk about with dads that I work with, and that when a dad kind of fully accepts where he is, when he says to himself, yes, it is all my fault. Now that can mean good and bad, but accepting responsibility that the decisions that I've made, every single one, up to this point has put me in this spot today. And when you accept responsibility for that and realize, yes, all of this right here, right now, is my fault. Now, you're not accepting responsibility for what other people have done, but you are accepting responsibility that at some point, through a process of dancing, in the context of dancing, of almost like saying things or not saying things, you ended up exactly where you are as a result of those choices. It's also extremely powerful when you realize that you also have the power to change it. When you get to the point and you accept responsibility for exactly where you are, you also accept responsibility for 100% of the capacity to change it. You recognize that, yes, I can do something different. And the idea that I want to kind of flirt with here is that the amount of responsibility relates directly to the power you have to change your life. That when you think about fully taking ownership, if you follow Jocko, his philosophy of extreme ownership and responsibility are definitely part of the same family. Because that word responsibility, it means that I accept responsibility for who I am when I show up. But you also have to be really humble with yourself to admit that. You have to lower your ego down. You have to go into places that you probably don't talk about at dinner parties. But it's that place of humbleness that allows you to accept the full power to change your life. But it's that power that can be that catalyst to do whatever you need. Now, this concept I could be talking about at work, in your family, in your marriage, just as a human being. This idea really works in all different categories. If a company is failing, the first thing and the best thing the CEO could do was just admitting, like, yes, I helped get us here. I accept responsibility for what I did and didn't do. But you know, within that power of doing it, I have full capacity to lead our company into a better spot. But if you're continuing to dance around whose fault is it, who isn't involved, who's not involved, you're never going to truly be able to accept the full power of what responsibility can do in your life. And so today is just a call to action. So today is a simple exercise in what area are you not fully accepting responsibility for and how you got here? Whatever category of life that maybe isn't where you want it to be. What area of life are you really not accepting responsibility in? Because when you grow up, you're accepting responsibility for being an adult. And oftentimes when the areas we have not accepted responsibility are the areas that we need to grow up the most in. And to be an adult that can lead ourselves in every area of our life, our family, our marriage, our work, whatever it may be. Responsibility is at the core of being able to change that. And again, where are you not accepting responsibility? And I'll be back again with you guys tomorrow.